Hey guys, today I am doing the She-Ra tag. Now I was tagged to do this by Katy from Brightness Katy Reads. She is the OG when it comes to this tag. She created it because she loves the TV show and I think it had its final season. So she decided to create a tag based on it, which is awesome. And then she tagged me in this. I did ask to be tagged in this, which was very silly of me because I was like, yeah, just tag me in anything. And then I got tagged. I was like, I don't know anything about She-Ra. But it turns out you don't actually have to know anything about She-Ra. So that's good because I don't. So there are quite a few prompts. There are 13. So I'm going to make my way through it. I've kind of pre-prepared answers, hopefully. We'll see. I don't know how much use this is going to be. There is a good chance I'm going to turn into a hot mess, which, you know, is my brand. So the first one is ADORA. Who the hell is that? ADORA. Favourite dumbass Gryffindor character. And I love so many dumbasses. They're my favourite characters to read in books. As long as they're not there just to be dumb. Like, as long as they have value. But they're just kind of dumb as well because, you know, that's my life. So I put Neville Longbottom because he is a dumbass. He is a pure dumbass, but he is beautiful. Like, I love him so much. He is so precious. He's my favourite character in the entire Harry Potter books, but he's a dumbass. So it fits and it works. So let's see how that goes. Also, I want to apologise. I'm filming in bed. I'm staying in bed all day. I'm very poorly. Number 2, CATRA. Favourite female villain. Again, sticking with Harry Potter, you will notice a theme. I don't read a lot of fantasy books. A lot of the prompts that Katy has put are based on fantasy type books, fantasy type characters, things like that. So I use a lot of the same books because I have very limited knowledge of fantasy. So I've used what I can. So, favourite female villain, I put Bellatrix Lestrange because I love Bellatrix. She's evil, she's twisted. I would be petrified to ever come up against her in my life. I'd be petrified to walk in the same street as her. She is terrifying. She is not afraid to kill anyone she wants. She's not afraid to torture them. That's the thing. Like, good old Voldy is just a Kedavra in everyone. They're just boof dead. Like, Bellatrix is more than happy to just torture you a little bit first, make sure she gets some pleasure out of it. And I'm loving that. As much as I hate her, as much as I think I don't want you anywhere near me in real life, she's definitely the type of character I look at like, yes, queen, you might be twisted, but you're owning it. So, all on board for Bellatrix. Love her with all of my heart. Number 3 is SWIFTWIND. Favourite animal companion. Now, I struggled a lot with this one because I don't really read books with animal companions. Like, I originally thought, like, the Chronicles of Narnia, and then I thought, don't say Aslan is a companion. He is not. He is the king. So I really did struggle. But in the end, I actually settled on a book series I'm currently reading, which is literally the only reason it's here. And that's The Mortal Instruments, although sadly he hasn't appeared in this book yet. And that is the character Church. He's the cat from the Institute. He doesn't speak or anything like that. He's not like a talking animal. He's just there, and you know he's being a bit sassy because of the way he talks and the way he carries people around. Like, he leads people to rooms and then they're like, why have you brought me here, knobhead? And he's just like, meow. Me being ill and filming videos doesn't work because I do stuff like that. But yes, I love Church from the Mortal Instruments series. He's literally the only companion that I can think of, animal companion. So, whether he's my favourite or least liked, he's the only one. So we're going with him. Number 4, GLIMMER. Favourite fictional princess or queen? Now again, I really struggled with this because I don't think I've actually ever read a book with a queen in it. Or a princess. Because, again, they're typically fantasy type of things. I've never actually read one, I don't think. I may have. If I have, I don't remember it. But I don't think I have. So, I did actually end up going with Lucy from the Chronicles of Narnia. I think her character is really good. I just love the. Obviously, she is a child. She has all of this really great imagination, which is the point of the book. Someone with such wild imagination is so trusting and loving to everybody she meets, despite coming up against so many dangers. She's so precious to them, and I loved her. Originally, I was going to put Edmund from the Chronicles of Narnia until I realised it said Princess or Queen. I thought Edmund won't work, but I relate to Edmund because, you know, he sold his family out for food. I relate to that on an emotional level. But when it comes to a fictional princess or queen that I can think of, I have to go with Lucy because I think she is just so precious and she cares about everyone and everything, despite being the youngest, despite being treated as the, oh, shut up and stay away of the group. That's the correct definition. She's lovely. I love her. So, yeah, I'm going to go with her. Number 5, Mara, the favourite chosen one. Now, I feel like the obvious way to go is Harry Potter, but I don't really like Harry Potter as a character, so I'm not going to go with him. I am going to go with Katniss Everdeen, and I don't know if she is a chosen one. Like, I mean, she's chosen. She's not even chosen for the Hunger Games, is she? I think Katniss fits into more of the reluctant hero character archetype rather than a chosen one, but she technically is chosen. She's chosen to be the Mockingjay. They chose to save her from the Hunger Games. She is chosen for the second Hunger Games. So I think she fits as a chosen one, but she is very much the reluctant hero. Everyone has put her on a pedestal, and she just basically says, I don't want this, but looks like I have no choice. So I know she fits that trope more, but I think she is classed as a chosen one as well, because she is the chosen one. She's chosen to lead this revolution and uprising against the Capitol. So, you know, it works. It works. We're going with it. End of. Next, Double Trouble. Favourite gender-defying character. Now, originally, I did think Katniss again, because I think she's very gender-defying. She doesn't fit into the typical stereotypes of female characters. She goes hunting. She is happy to start a war. She is not the sit back, bake pies and look all cute because that's what women do character, and that is why I love her. She doesn't want children. She doesn't want to get married. She doesn't fit any of the typical stereotypes of a female character, and that is one of the reasons she is such a well-loved character and on board. But I don't want to go with Katniss again, despite the big effort I've just gone through to do that. So I really struggled again. I struggled through all of this, but it's been really funny to do. I actually picked the character of Dennis from The Boy in the Dress by David Walliams. Which, to be fair, works. It does work. He fits the gender stereotype of he wants to play football, he loves it, all that jazz. But Dennis likes wearing dresses. He's happy wearing... He's a young boy, and he likes how it feels to wear a dress. So he likes wearing dresses. It gets him into a lot of trouble with the stereotypical males, but he says, hang on, this is what I like to do, and I'm on board with it. And I think that is so important. This is a children's book, or a middle grade book, or, you know, it's a young person's book, and having that message in there is so important. It's okay to be what you want to be. You don't have to fit these gender stereotypes. Go for it if that is what you want. And I'm so glad that that is in there, and that makes him a loved character. I love him. I have read the book, so there we go. Now the next one I really did struggle with, and that is LIGHTHOPE, favourite sassy AI, because I have never read a book with a AI character anyway, never mind a sassy one. But I've watched TV shows, and I remember years and years and years ago, back when I was in school, so you know, back in the 1800s, because I'm feeling old right now, I actually read one Doctor Who book. I didn't like it. I don't like reading Doctor Who, apparently. I thought I would. Turns out I don't. I like watching Doctor Who. But there is actually books out there of Doctor Who. So I'm going to go with the TARDIS, because I do love the TARDIS. From the TV show, I know she's a very sassy AI. I love her. She's great. She's not afraid to tell the Doctor to bugger off. She's not afraid to show the companions that she doesn't like them and that they are intruding on her territory. So, yeah, she's a very sassy person. I love her. It works. Next is ENTRAPTA. Favourite STEM positive book or character? I didn't know what STEM was. So I ended up messaging Katy. Katy told me what it was. It's basically a very sciencey book or a very sciencey person. Well, a very science positive book or person. Because I think it stands for science, technology, engineering and mathematics or mechanics, one of them. So I went with Violet Baudelaire because her character is amazing. She is so smart. She is so thought out. She's very sciencey. She can come up with so many answers to so many complex things. So much so that her siblings rely on her. The male sibling of the group who stereotypically would take charge and say, I am the big man of this situation, sits there and goes, I'm just going to wait for her to figure this out. Okay, number 9, HORDAK. Favourite grumpy character with a heart of gold. Now, I had a few. This is the one where I had a few, because I love the grumpy character. I originally considered Larton Crepsley from the Darren Shan saga, because he is very grumpy. But he's precious, he does care. But, again, my love for the current Mortal Instrument books are so strong. So I ended up going with Jace Wayland from the Mortal Instrument series. I love Jace. I think he is definitely the type of person who, if you're falling off a cliff, he won't help you up. He said, you got yourself into this mess, knobhead, get yourself out. He's definitely that kind of guy, and I respect him for it. But if he cares about you, I feel like he's definitely the type of person to bring you ice cream when you're sad. And you need that balance in your life. I want a Jace in my life. Naturally, no, I don't, because I really feel as though I get myself into situations where I'd be left in trouble quite a lot. He cares so much, but acts like nothing phases him, and that's one of the things I love about him. That fake I must be strong thing, because when you do peel those layers back, when you see him be vulnerable, it's so precious to see, and I do love him. So yes. Next, Scorpia. Favourite cinnamon roll character. And I actually struggled the most with this one, and I don't know why. Mainly because all of my favourite cinnamon roll characters are characters I've already used. For example, Neville. I love Neville. But I actually ended up going with Ravi from A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. What was I thinking when I picked him? But I think he is the cinnamon roll. He is precious. He doesn't have a bad bone in his body. He's had to deal with a lot of crap. His brother got accused of murdering a young girl. Then his brother committed suicide. And the absolute pain that he went through, I felt for him from the moment we saw him. And then his friendship and relationship with Pippa, it just blossomed. It was beautiful. Ravi, like when Brooke and me and Jade read these books, we all just sat there like, Ravi is beautiful. We all want a Ravi in our life. We love him. Ravi is precious. If you have read the books, you know Ravi is precious. If you have not read the books, Ravi is still precious. Number 11, SHADOWWEAVER. Best redemption arc. Now, I originally struggled because I thought I don't really know that many characters with a redemption arc, but I did think of one, and I'm so happy with it. I went with Kurda Schmaltz from the Darren Shan saga. I think he has such a good redemption arc because his redemption starts before we even meet him. It's a whole mess of crap. It's great. I think Kurda Schmaltz is one of those characters who you had so much trust in him that when he eventually let you down, it hurt, and you thought, I can never forgive this. And then he was eliminated from the problem. And he didn't really get a redemption arc. He was just a character that we then said goodbye to, and it was like, oh, well, okay, bye. And then it turns out he did get this big redemption arc, and it just came as such as a plot twist, and they actually dedicated an entire book to this redemption arc, and I thought, yes, on board. And when we found out, it was so shocking but so powerful, and you just sat there like, yes, that is what we needed. I didn't know I needed it, but I needed it in my life. So next, Greyskull, favourite fictional sword. I don't know any fictional swords. I've never read books really that use swords, so I'm going to go with the Sword of Gryffindor just because it's the only sword I know. It's definitely the only one I know that has a name. Also, it killed Nagini, of course. And the last one is Bow, a favourite himbo. Now, I didn't know what himbo was. Googled that one, actually come up with an answer. It's basically a bimbo but a boy. So someone who is hot but thick and male. I went with Peter Kavinsky from To All the Boys I Loved Before, because I think he is. He's not thick as in has no brain. He's thick as in he doesn't think about anything. Like, he can hurt people and he just didn't think about it, and he's like, up south. He doesn't realise that his actions can hurt people, like it hurt Lara Jean at the end of the first book. So I think he works, it fits. So that was my hot mess of a tag. I actually really enjoyed doing this. I don't know who I'm going to tag. Do I tag anyone in this? Do I do an open tag? I don't want to tag Brooke or Jayde because I feel quite mean because I do tag them and everything. So I won't actually. This is very much like a lot of these prompts are fantasy based. So I'm going to go ahead and tag Brooke and Jayde because you read a lot of fantasy. It's about time. So also I feel like I've not tagged you in anything for a while. Like, you know, since the last time I did a tag. So you're getting tagged. Sorry about that. And also open tag. If you want to do it, do it. I'm sure Katy wouldn't mind everyone doing this tag. So that is it from me. Hopefully that was good. I have no idea. I'm really ill. Like, this is probably... I feel drugged up, apart from the fact that I've not had any like medication for feeling ill. I'm literally just out of it because I'm ill. So thank you for watching. I post every Monday, Wednesday and Saturday, and then intermittently throughout the week, because right now I have nothing better to do with my life. And until next time, I will see you later, guys.